The mind.
Complex and intriguing.
Composed of two sides.
The left.
And the right.
Join us today to see how they cooperate
and how they clash.
I'm Jacob Ramirez, and I contemplate AI art, creation in a world where everyone has a mobile phone, and what it's like to be truly faceless in a world where privacy no longer reigns.
And I am Nicholas Moroney, and I contemplate how thick Cleopatra is, and I discover that murder generally isn't a great thing. And I'd like to welcome you to Left Brain, Right Brain. I think, Jacob.
Yes, Mr. Ramon.
I think we need pictures on the wall.
You think we need pictures on the wall?
I think we need pictures on the wall.
What would be featured in these pictures?
I think, like, us on horses.
Us on horses.
Royal,
like...
You and me. Actually, I'll be on my...
Like this regal look of...
I'll be on my royal stag. Is stag a good word for horse?
I'm not sure. I'm not versed in...
I will be on my steed. And you will be a mere peasant on your knees,
right.
kneeling to me.
Kneeling to you. You are, of course...
But I will be gifting you much
royalty.
wealth.
Much wealth. In the form of?
Wealth.
Wealth.
I will be giving you all of what you need.
All of what I need.
All of what you need.
Everything.
Well, bar that, whoa, where are you going? How are you going, Jacob? How are you going?
I'm going very well, actually. How are you?
I'm splendid.
That's a surprise.
Splendid.
That's really surprising.
Yeah.
We've just been having difficulties.
A little.
Just a...
Well, I mean, when you're starting a podcast, who knows what can happen?
Yeah, literally.
There's
a non-zero chance of anything happening.
There's
really.
a non-zero chance of many things happening.
I mean, but this time a bulldozer did not come through the door.
Correct.
I
mean, there's a non-zero chance we could phase through the ground.
Phase through the ground. That's the old Flash thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Flash.
Yeah.
He's
you know what that was? You know, he had coffee, and got so jittery from the coffee that his super speed made him vibrate at the right frequency that he phased through the ground. That's how he discovered phasing in the comics.
Wow. Some coffee does that to you, huh?
It does. Wonders, even.
Well, I'm not personally a caffeine addict, but I mean... yourself?
How much caffeine's in a chai latte?
I'm not sure, actually.
I cannot
tell. Do you even know that?
I don't know that, and I am dead honest when I say this. I could not tell you the last day of my life where I didn't drink a chai latte. I couldn't tell you. Even when I go away from home, I always bring a box with me. And I'll go through like 5 a day. And these boxes have 20 in them, so...
5 a day.
It's bad.
So that's half a pack a day.
Oh, you know what it would have been? New York. The beginning of the year.
Right.
That was the first time probably in years.
Right, so it's the backstory, right? Obviously.
Okay.
You, at the start of the year...
Start of the year.
Big Christmas kind of...
Yeah, New Year thing. I mean, you know, turning 18 this year, so my parents thought this will be the last holiday we'd ever be able to go on where I'm a child. Yeah. You know? Now they're going to do their adult things. I'm going to do my adult things.
Correct.
So it was let's go to New York, experience the world, right? And New York's different, man. It's palpably different.
I can imagine.
I cannot explain.
Well, maybe I can't imagine because of.
Well, it's one of those things where you go, oh yeah, the city that never sleeps. Oh yeah, of course, I know the mythos.
Yeah.
But there is something about standing there in this bustling, living city. It pulsates with energy. You can't explain it. But what they can't do is a chai latte.
They can't do a chai
They can do everything but a chai latte.
Practically everything.
Yeah.
You want to buy something, I imagine. New York is the place.
Well, they're also racist. But other than that...
Let's hope that one...
No, but like... I went around to every coffee shop in New York. All of them. 100% of them. None of them sold a good chai. They're all milk.
None. All
milk. And they're also very expensive. Drinks are expensive. Like, they were like the equivalent of like $8. And that's bad because it would say $4, right?
Yeah, but...
$4 for them is $8 for us.
No, I don't think the exchange rate
is
quite that bad.
It's bad.
I think it's about 63 63 cents.
Okay, wow, my apologies. It said $4. For us, it's 7.6. One moment. I'm going to sneeze. Cool. I wasn't done.
Anyway, so New York was fun.
New York was very fun.
Yeah, cool. I'm not sure.
But yeah, like, it's the creative central. Because I'm the right brain.
Because you are the right brain, right? Well, but you could also argue, of course, that it's the left brain central after all. It's so well planned and and so methodically thought out, and it's a city of great opportunity, great business, great innovation. Perhaps you could say.
True. That is very true.
Although I would say, of all the cities in the world,
I've
New York
watched The
probably
Wolf
isn't-
of Wall Street
You've watched it.
for the plot.
Yeah, it is the it is the city of
There's
markets.
two big plots. City of Markets.
City of
You
markets.
say.
God, we really need to try it. It's like there's two hands on the steering wheel right now, and it's like Tyler Durden and the narrator.
We just
you know
gotta
what
let go, do
I
it.
mean? Yeah, we gotta let go.
Let go.
Let go.
Near death experience. Real. I mean, Tyler Durden had a point.
Well. well. Well.
Or should I say I had a point?
You had a point.
I
'Cause
had
he's
a-
literally you.
I am.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you are this.
Is it dangerous?
Mythical creature.
Is it dangerous to idolize
a maniac?
maniac? Yeah,
Yes, I imagine you do.
to an extent.
I mean, you. Oh, do you? I'm about to assert that you become people you idolize, but there's
Like, is it? If you said to me here right now, like you're like, oh, I idolize Tyler Durden because he wanted to make his life what he wanted, and that's how I will do it. I'm like, so what do you want to do? And you're like, oh, I want to do this, this, and this. And they're totally different to Tyler Durden, but you idolize that he actually had the drive to commit to his own life.
yes.
Is that like? I would be like, yeah, fair enough, man.
Well, yeah, there's certain elements of everyone.
Yeah.
No one's perfect.
Like if you said, I want to go to art school because I idolize, like Da Vinci.
Da Vinci. Okay.
Did he go to art school? Or did he just like teach
I'm
himself?
almost certain art school was not a thing in Renaissance.
Yeah, actually, that's a really good
You
point.
know what I mean?
Yeah. I think they... Yeah, the whole idea of the Renaissance is they reinvented all
Yeah,
art.
what's it called? Renaissance is rebirth or something.
Something along those lines.
Yeah, I don't know French very well.
Oh, far out, man.
Anyways,
Yeah. How are you? That was an interesting small talk. That
yeah, it was interesting.
the way we'll be structuring these episodes goes as such. I, the right brain representative, and Jacob, the left brain representative.
No, we're not representatives. We've actually just been lobotomized. Half the brains, half our brains have been removed. I have no creative thoughts whatsoever.
Yeah, this like draping of hair on the sides because they actually like cut all this side off.
This is my
This
skull.
is only just grown back.
Just
it's,
NC.
it's all yeah. But yeah, as representatives of each side, we have both chosen a topic.
We have.
And our topic is just one of discussion. It doesn't necessarily need to lean towards our respective side, but it's just to spark conversation for each side. And once we have discussed thoroughly, at the end of the episode, we will reconvene, see what we learned. We will investigate, hey, did we learn something new? You know, like you do in like a preschool TV show. So who's going to go first? Scissors, paper, rock?
This is paper rocket, I guess.
As they solve all issues in war.
Oh, wait, 1, 2, 3. On 3 or after 3?
Scissors, paper, rock.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
This is hard.
So
Oh
is-
wait, we can actually use two hands. Oh, what are we doing? Okay,
So just the winner.
the winner goes, I assume.
Okay, the winner. Okay.
That's a really good clarification.
Yeah.
Alright, scissors, paper, rock. Well, it appears I've been bested in battle.
I shall drive henceforth the conversation.
Hell yeah.
Let's go with something very broad, very general, maybe something fitting for an early episode as this is.
Okay.
Let's talk about the idea of, well, I use the word internet, but even that seems like an antiquated term. You know what I mean? The internet, it's such a broad, it's like a very strange, almost
Yes.
foreign nowadays.
The concept of
The
the
concept
entire
of being online, the concept of having a face
Yeah,
digitally. So
yeah.
you yourself, the viewers who don't know, you've been running a YouTube channel for a number of years now.
I have.
You've been...
Yeah, people might not know that, eh?
people...
People might be watching this purely for this.
That's crazy.
Or they might watch this in spite
They
of
haven't been tracking your life for the past, 7 years.
Well, people, that's weird, right? Like, there's
That-
3 people who've probably seen me from that long, and then 2,000 other people who haven't.
Yes, that's
That's
true.
weird to me.
So, in the balance of probabilities, they don't know. But...
Hi, I'm Nemo. He's just Jacob.
Yeah, I'm just Jacob. I'm faceless on the internet, effectively.
Yeah. Right.
I always have been. and most, I imagine 99% of people are. But I kind of want to explore the conversation actually, because how do you reckon it's changed your own individual mindset, your own kind of idea of self-consciousness, of being out there on the internet? Because I myself, you might write it's just simple. You might engage with some piece of media, but you're never out there with personal stakes involved. You never have something, I guess, creative on the line. But even then, even if you're just a kind of a passive user of social media or whatnot, you still have emotional reactions. You still feel like maybe you want to defend a point. I've never been a user of Twitter, but I can tell you what, that's 3/4 of the population is there.
Terrifying.
Is there because of that very fact. They feel like they have some stakes in some argument, which is in fact pointless.
Yeah.
I want to hear, like, obviously you're no Markiplier. I think it's fair
No,
to say.
no,
You are
I'm
no
not.
But nonetheless, you put your face out there. You put some actual personal stakes out there. That is your identity.
Yeah.
How's that kind of... Do you view yourself differently?
Well, it's really good that you pointed out, like, I'm no Markiplier, because, like, as much as you joke, like, oh yeah, big famous YouTuber, who doesn't know Nemo? Like, no one knows me,
No one
right?
knows
No one knows. So,
Yeah.
as much as you're faceless, I am too, right?
In a way, yes.
But
you've still experienced...
I've experienced what it's like to try and be someone with a digital online face.
identity.
And I'll tell you what, I think the majority of people would be scared by the mindset that I have adopted now if I just told you what that mindset entails. If you hadn't gone through the 5 years of, like, training yourself to do what I've done, it would scare you. The mindset of mine is that nothing's private. Every interest you have, every emotion you feel, every story you feel, nothing's private.
That is kind of terrifying.
That's terrifying. And it's...
But you do this to yourself.
I do it to myself. And you might say, why? It's because my creativity has to come from somewhere. And the best source is me, because I know myself. I know what I can do. I know what I can be. So every interest I have gets translated into my creativity. Every story I've had gets translated into the stories I tell. Like, there are allegories in every film I've created, because that's what I do. I make films. And, like, this year, for me, is going to try and be my, 1 year of, last hurrah. Like, if I can make this year work, I can make anything work, right? And so, how do I try to make it work? I translate what I know into story. I translate what I know into creativity. And that is, for a lot of people, scary.
Mm.
I won't say who, but I did post a video about 2 years ago with someone else.
Yes.
And after about, like, 4 months of that video being up, right? So the view counter kind of, like, capped. Like, maybe one person would view the video every
Yeah, like
month.
10 people viewed it or so.
No, like, what? Okay, I got, like 600 views.
Yeah.
Right? Decent for the average person, right?
Yeah.
Like, even though that's no big YouTube accomplishment,
It's not even 1,000, right?
it's not even 1,000, but have 600 people see something of yours is
Yeah,
something
yeah.
else.
Like, we kind of lose track of those relative sizes. You go 600 views. Oh, this guy.
Yeah,
Literally nobody. But if I got up to talk in front on a stage and I had 600 people there, I reckon I'd feel like, oh, somebody.
a little bit scared, yeah.
But so we can come back to that. But, like, the whole online space is condensed numbers.
Yeah.
Millions seems like, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
a million
we're
people.
not built to process those big numbers.
Exactly
That's
right.
a topic for you to talk
That
about.
is a topic of me.
But yeah, they said to me, they were like, hey, can you take it down? I was like, all right, why?
Yeah.
And that wasn't me being cynical. I was
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
I was like, what's wrong with the video? I need to know this.
You liked it. You enjoyed it. You didn't have any issues.
I had no issues with myself, and they were like, I didn't feel comfortable with how I was being seen. I'm like, really? Like, you were funny? You actually worked on the video in a productive way. You were very helpful. Like, why don't you want to be seen? And they just said, I just don't want to be seen. And I'm like, that's fascinating for me. Because at this point in time, I can't do that. I have to be seen.
Yeah.
Right? And if an event occurs, or if I see something, or if I think something, my immediate thought is, how do I translate this into an artistic medium, right? I go for a walk. What do? I think about a film, I think about a stage show, I think about a song, all I do is I think about how can I translate this into a creative medium? And this is why I say I think it's terrifying for the average person. The average person, I would assume, only internalizes their thoughts to themselves. Right. And I think the creatives curse themselves because nothing's private anymore. Everything has to be on the stage.
Yes.
It's a blessing and a curse.
Right. I would say, however, I've been thinking throughout your response, and it's very interesting because there is that breakdown of privacy that is almost like self-inflicted, right?
Yes. It's one of those things like people go, "Oh, Big Brother's watching, Amazon's listening."
Like,
you know,
no.
it's like, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, the internet knows my name, face, and probably where I live if they think about it for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It's like,
Probably.
you know, if I just got in 4chan's bad side, I'm fucked. Like, that's where I'm at. It's like, man.
That's very true. That's anyone.
Now, I'm not gonna get on 4chan's bad side.
You're not popular enough.
I'm not popular enough, and there's no reason. But if I was Will Smith, you know,
Yeah. Then. Oh.
the creator of Shark Tales. Anyway, you were gonna say sorry. I interrupted.
Goodness.
You said it was self-inflicted.
I think it's I think it's also a universal change that's happening. You know what I mean?
All right. How so?
Well,
With social media, yeah.
yes, yeah, and so I think it's always been that. Well, I should say now, we shouldn't, I guess, combine or unify all the history of what we now call the internet, or we call the web, online space. I think with, let's say, short form content, I think we're always going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this on some other stages, because it's a fascinating social experiment that's happened for hundreds of millions, a billion people or so. How many people on TikTok?
Oh, easy billion.
Yeah, it's a huge social experiment.
You want to search that? Well, I'll search it up.
Yeah.
Where's my phone?
But while you do that, while you do that, what's so interesting is that people have been able to now access. You've posted videos yourself on YouTube, and they're edited and they're refined, of course. But TikToks don't have to be, and they don't have to be really popular. And
it's funny, you actually might not be popular at all if they're refined.
Yeah.
Back in the early days of YouTube, if you refine something, and I'm talking like 2006, 7, 8, 9,
Yeah.
if you refine something, you're almost guaranteed a success because people are going to see it and go, wow, I can't believe an individual did
this.
But today's world, you go, oh, a 14-year-old made an entire Lego animation for Spider-Verse, and you're like, of course he did!
Cool.
Cool. I mean, it's still very cool.
I know.
But you're like, this is the world we live in.
That's right. And so I think that's completely split down in history, or I guess in an era of, pre short form, post short form. And I think yourself as a creator, really, you endeavor to create, use that right brain of yours to indulge yourself in creative process.
Yeah.
Do you think that's going to continue to shorten as we head into the future, or do you reckon there's going to be some sort of split over time? People are going to be the classic, I guess the classicalists, and go, no, I'm not going for this. I'm not downloading this crap.
Of course there will be. But I mean, would you like to know how many people are on TikTok?
How many? I'm really interested.
1.67 billion.
That's a hell of an experiment.
That is astonishing.
Yeah, I mean, bar perhaps, fake account or whatnot. Still, over a billion people.
Bar fake accounts, repeat accounts, and not everyone's making content.
Well, yeah, of course.
But most people have posted one video of them taking the piss on TikTok and then just going, I'll leave that up on my account.
Yeah.
I know many people who like that.
There is, of course, great opportunity. People think this is a great opportunity to, this kind of democratize the artistic process. Anyone can do anything. Anyone can post anything.
Well, that was the idea of YouTube.
Right.
The idea of YouTube was, it's YouTube. It was meant to be... Nothing had ever seen the internet and media like YouTube. People seem to forget that. We've taken for granted that in today's day and age, someone can take out a camera, record something, edit it on their home computer or even laptop, and then post it to the world. What? Like, hypercommunication is a very modern thing. Like, even the 1980s. Like, if you wanted to send a message to another country, like, it's difficult. Like, maybe the governments could easily do it. But as an individual, as a person,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, now we go about, like, 1940s, right? The World War period. No wonder racism and stuff ran rampant. No wonder it was easy to turn everyone against each other. No one knew each other. Like, the world didn't know anyone. And it's like, oh, the Chinese are listening. It's like, yeah, of course we're going to listen to this crap. It's because we don't know who the Chinese are. They're on the other side of the planet. Like, literally, the word alien doesn't describe it well enough.
Yeah.
Like, it is astonishing.
There were oceans parting the world.
100%. Like, to actually think about it as like a space endeavor, right? Like, you think,
because I think just even with like something like a plane, like I can go here from Australia to the United States in less than a day, right?
About a day, yeah.
That completely is completely abstracted from the fact that the Pacific Ocean is like, I don't know.
You're going the speed of sound as you're traveling.
Yeah, nearly
like,
a good portion of it.
You're going almost the speed of sound, and it takes you a day.
Yeah,
like that's a distance.
I've gone 40% around the globe, around the whole Earth. Like that. Imagine that no technology, you're just a human being, and you think, travel 40% of the globe over a massive ocean, which at time is kilometers deep.
So the world's massive, right? Like we seem to forget how massive the world is.
Yes.
So when it comes to uploading content onto
there were never maps until relatively recently in human history. There were no maps of the world.
How so?
Well, until, a few hundred years ago.
It's on the term of like uploading content for the world, people take for granted how crazy that concept is. So when you ask, like, will there be a shift in, like, content? There already is a shift. And it's not that there is a shift that will be like, whoop, everything changed. The shift is already, like, it's just a continuation, right? Like, you can easily separate YouTube into different eras, right? Like, you've got the golden era of YouTube, where you've got like the original people just sitting in their bedroom, right, talking to the camera, and then you have like the early 2010s when it's like memes, when it was like, hey, people like PewDiePie are now big. It's like, oh, we're hiring our production value. You get into the late 2010s, and then it's everything has to be really well made now. Like, YouTube originals are the new thing on town, right? People forget YouTube originals is kind of old now, like 5 years old now. 8.
I think it's older. It's like
older.
8
years old. Like, it's old, and that's the thing, right? Now in this modern era, we're like, oh, is content gonna change? Why has content changed so much? Content was always changing. This is nothing new. Like, within our lifetime, we were born when YouTube was, right?
Yeah.
Like 2005, we're 2006. So it's like YouTube was born at the same time as we were, and just as we have grown up, it has grown up, and it will not stop growing up. And just as TikTok is this thing now, it was something completely different in 2018, 2019, 2020. And it's really fascinating because you go, oh, people like Mr. Beast have revolutionized YouTube. It's like, okay, who's the next Mr. Beast? And it won't be Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
Like, he won't be the next one of him. And even he knows that. No one will be him. So, man, we've got like a whole bunch of different threads we're trying to...
Yeah, no. I just want to lead to maybe a next question.
Go on.
What is the price we pay? It's maybe a non-question, but let me elaborate, of course. What is the price we pay for this democratization of creation? What is the price we pay for allowing anyone to put anything online? And of course, it's all put into an algorithm. It all has really the same chance.
I will tell you exactly.
Being spat out.
I will tell you exactly what the price is. The price is dilution. when you have a sea of art. Remember, we were just talking about how the human mind can't comprehend large things, right? We can't comprehend large numbers, large quantities.
Especially when these things are literally also like infinitely small.
Yeah.
Like it's just phone screen and you just swipe it away.
Think about
It's
when I was doing
non-existent.
commentary, right?
non-existent.
There's hundreds of thousands of teenage kids doing commentary.
That's
I
right.
was doing commentary.
Yeah.
The reason I'm changing my content is because I want to be 1 in 8 billion, right? I'm not going to be what everyone else is. If I don't get successful to being 1 in 8 billion, fair enough. But at least I wasn't just being everyone else. Now, why I say dilution is the price we pay is that when everyone is making art, everyone's making art, there is no longer the demand for art, right? Supply and demand, right? There's no longer the demand because there is so much of it. You're like, oh, I'm going to doom scroll on TikTok until I die, right?
Was that demand? Isn't that scrolling?
The demand is
providing
entertainment, right? You want entertainment. You don't necessarily need it as much as you did, right?
Yes,
so our
okay.
streaming services are struggling. It's like, unless they actually have anything new and interesting, we're not just going to like go back to the shows we've seen 10,000 times,
Yeah.
right?
True.
The price to pay is that when there becomes a whole bunch of admittedly mediocre art, as a mediocre artist of the past, I completely self-admittedly, I've made some dog shit. Once we dilute everything, it means that those who actually do create something truly special stand out. So there's an irony that you make your own chances worse, but you make some people's chances better.
Okay.
So the example...
But will we care to look?
I would say so. Well, the example I like to give is AI art, right?
Okay, yeah. This is a good one.
And this is bloody, like, controversial. And this is probably worth its own topic, AI art.
Oh, well, 100%.
Yeah.
We'll cover AI like across so many different episodes.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, go on.
Well, the reason people don't like AI art is probably 2 reasons. One, it's not actually creative. It's an averaging thing, right? It just goes, okay, I have 100 pictures of Iron Man, and I'm going to learn how to make Iron Man from these pictures.
The Iron Man, like the general formulaic,
Yeah.
mathematical almost.
It's never going to say, like... It's never going to go, oh, I actually like Iron Man for this, but I think it would be cool if I did this. It's never going to do that. It'll only give you the prompt you give it, right?
Of course.
So the reason AI is then controversial is then B, it steals other people's art, and then people commission the AI to generate art, and people then brand it as their own. People don't like that. They're like, you're stealing my art. Now, what's fascinating is that there seems to have been like a moment where translation just didn't occur. If you use an AI to make art, you're not an artist. Let's be very clear.
Yeah, of course not.
Not just because it's someone else's art, not just because it's like it's a machine, because you didn't make it. The AI is the artist. A cheating, copying, plagiarizing artist, but it's an artist. The AI is a machine. The AI is an artist. And if you ask an AI to make something for you, it's not your work. You commissioned the AI.
Yep.
And that's a major thing that gets lost in translation that it bugs me. Because people are like, oh, I spent hours on this prompt. You spent hours talking to a guy on Fiverr telling him that he was wrong the entire time. That's the effective sentence you just said.
Yes.
So, your question was...
What is the price we pay?
What's the price we pay? Right. And then I want to give the example of AI art. As AI art floods the market, as people go, oh, art's actually really easy now.
Yeah,
Everyone can create like this. Art's easy.
It seems like we get more everyone. YouTube, everyone.
Yeah.
TikTok, everyone. AI, everyone. Like we're just getting more inclusive.
We get bored.
Yeah.
We get bored quickly.
We don't. If you some old saying, I'm sure. If you spend your life in paradise, then hell looks kind of interesting all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, that's a saying. Yeah, so you get bored. You get bored, and why that fascinates me is it's like any other type of art style would probably do the same thing. It's like if I was to draw on a piece of paper with a pen a photorealistic version of you, you would be like, that's incredible. Can I have that? Can I keep that? Like, that's sick. How did you do that? And I'd be like, oh, please keep it. You know, it's my art for you.
Yes.
Right? Now it's your picture, but you didn't make it, but you're still fascinated by it. You think it's amazing, right?
I purchased it off you.
Yeah. Then if I got this camera over here, I took a photo of you. Actually, no, it's even funny. This camera is making 30 photorealistic versions of you every second.
Yeah.
Are you fascinated on like the extent that it's a photorealistic version of
No.
you? Not really.
No,
like,
no.
it's a fascinating piece of technology,
It's what it's supposed to do.
but it's like, that's
the expectation.
yeah, there's the expectation. It's not breaking an expectation.
Yeah.
And when you see pen on paper, you're like, oh, it's easy to make it bad. To make it good is fascinating.
It's hard.
On the
It
camera,
requires
making something
work.
photorealistic is the bare minimum. Making something more than that is where it's at.
That's
so
where-
AI art, making something in the flash, boring.
Yeah.
Right? So we no longer care. So other art forms will trump AI art purely because we're more fascinated by them. So the price we pay when I say dilution is that when we see countless pieces of mediocrity, when there is the gem in the rough, we are absolutely fascinated by it.
Yes. I agree. I think that's quite an optimistic outlook.
Well, I try to think, yeah.
Yeah, but I think that optimism is invited because it can feel sometimes very pessimistic.
It's because we've read 1,000 stories where
Exactly.
AI is the evil,
Well, yeah, but that even just now, it's like
yeah.
all these artists everywhere, all the time.
Everyone hates AI.
Not even art, like when I say artists, I don't just mean people who use a visual medium digitally. Digitally. The written word, books, people's books have been taken, trained on.
Yeah.
And there's huge implications for all that stuff as well. It's just like, just seems to be bad news, and just seems to be, well, it just seems to be that everything that we've ever made is in danger. I heard, this reminds me very, very, very well of a letter written by, I couldn't remember his name. It was read out by Stephen Fry. This was recently. I couldn't tell you the name, but it was very interesting. It was a letter on AI. It was effectively an open letter, and it says,
Alright.
the crux of it is that AI is killing the soul of the world.
Oh, that's a title.
That is quite an incredible claim. But effectively,
Yeah, that's something else. That is something else.
I mean, it was very interesting because it goes back to, we're really jumping over the place because it goes back to creation,
yeah.
to Genesis 1. God rested on the seventh day, and why did God rest on the seventh day?
Because it was good. It was all good.
It was good, and it, of course, implies it took effort. It took some creative effort for God to create the world. Otherwise, why would he rest? And that's an interesting claim.
Yeah.
Now, whether theologists are watching this and whether theologians are watching this at all is independent of what I'm going to say. But the idea was that it's the human spirit to create. It's to have effort in your creations. And just as you say now, without that effort, I mean, put very dramatically in this letter,
We're bored.
we're bored.
Yeah.
Or I guess
Abrido.
the
Is that the right translation?
I'm not sure. the Spanish guy watching this is like, one word.
It's like Spanish.
I got it out. He's we're half an hour.
Espanol.
The soul of the world is being crushed. Has been in the Orwellian image, the boot in the human face screaming forever.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Well, you know what's really funny about you saying that, right? Especially with the religious metaphor.
I think it was an interesting religious metaphor.
Yeah. Well,
Like whether you're religious or not, it's
Yeah,
it's extremely insightful.
when it comes to saying like whether you're religious or not, right? The phrase that humans are created in God's image is fascinating in conjunction with that. Because either A, we are made by God and we are made in his image, and if he's a creator, we're creators because we're made in his image.
Yeah,
we are born with the power to create.
Yes, that's what makes us
Or
human.
we wrote about God and we were like, we're in his image, he's a creator, we're creators. Like, either way, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're like a theologian or if you're an atheist. You can still reference the fact that we as a human civilization have either been born to create or we were born and we've just been born to create. Like that's the statement I'm making. We're born to create.
Yeah. That's simply. So, to almost destroy it, right? It seems
automated
would be frankly catastrophic. But hopefully you're right. Hopefully that this all passes, kind of, and when we move on to new art forms. It seems like we always have invented new art forms. It seems like we're always running out of forms of art, out of jobs, because of artificial intelligence. But there's always new stuff. Yeah, there's always new stuff.
Like what? When the horse and carts disappeared.
Yeah.
People lost their jobs.
And
then we had mechanics.
Yeah. And then you have cars, so people can commute to the city, and people could do things they never imagined. Yeah. And I think that will be always the case. People will be able to do things that they never imagined.
Yeah.
I guess I'd say that's hopefully a good thing.
That was
from an economic perspective.
Yeah.
That'd hopefully be good.
I think that was a really good discussion.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think
where did we start?
Well, you started by saying, "What's it like being a
That's right, a
online?"
faceless. Yeah, I mean, then I guess we invited.
We only really
ourselves.
talked about the person with the face, not the faceless.
Well, I think I'm saying really the faceless become the faced. The faced now.
Yeah, that's
there
true.
is like the distinction is almost
We did discuss
entirely irrelevant.
Yeah.
You know.
My topic.
Your topic. Yes, please enlighten me or intrigue me.
Have you ever heard of the game Kiss, Marry, Smash, Kill? If I say it with the lisp, maybe it'll sound bad. Kiss, Marry, Smash, Kill. Kiss, Marry, Smash, Kill.
I have
You've heard of that
this.
game? I'd like to propose a new game.
Go on.
Marry, interview, box, smash, kill.
That's 5. Okay.
Yes.
I have to weigh up against 5 people.
Marry, interview, box, smash, kill. And what
Right.
I want is I want 5 different people from any time period. If they could, they could be alive today. They could have been alive thousands of years ago. But you know what? If you got the chance to either, marry, interview, box, smash, or kill them, who would they be?
This is a fantastic combination.
Who would they be?
Who would I be? So, out of everybody
Who are
ever.
yes.
Is this your question? Out of everybody ever.
Out of all 130 billion
you
people
have
to have
to
ever
give me
existed.
5 people. 5 names.
No. I want you
No,
to
you
pick.
have
I
to
want to
give me 5
know
names.
what people you think. Who are your 5 people?
So who you're effectively giving me the chance to say if you could smash anyone.
Yes.
It's-
Yeah. I was disguising that one in there.
Yeah, see, that's probably.
And if you say your mum, so you have 7.999999 billion people to choose from.
no. Well, more and all of history.
No, okay, and then all of history.
Oh God.
So Marie Curie is on the list,
Mercury.
and so is Abraham Lincoln.
And so is Abraham Lincoln. Okay. Marry. Oh, that's the first one. Marry. Who
Marry.
would I marry out of everyone? That's a.
Will Smith.
I don't think I'd. I can't make that decision. I can't make this decision.
You can't make that decision.
I can't
to marry
make
anyone
no, because yeah. You hear yourself. Out of all the billions who have ever lived, I can't decide who I would marry. No, I can't.
So are you saying that there is no way to objectively rank people? Are you saying that everyone
Well,
is
of
unique?
course not.
Are you
No,
saying that
I
everyone
don't
is?
think. Yeah, no, I know. I think even. You know what? I'm asked sometimes. What's your favorite chocolate? You know what I mean? I look at them and I go, I don't have a favorite chocolate. I don't have it. What's your favorite meal? I don't have one.
So
Because it's literally comparing apples and oranges.
So-
What's your favorite fruit? What's your favorite fruit? And I go, it's like comparing apples and oranges. Because it is. This is ridiculous. Yeah, people, I don't understand. I don't understand how people rank things.
okay,
And when
fine.
and when
You
I
don't have to marry
the
anyone.
tens of billions of people in all of you. Sorry, I fear I have jeopardized
Look,
your whole section
In
here.
one day,
whole discussion.
when you do walk down the aisle, no, when you're standing up the front, or however
yes.
the stereotype is,
Well, yeah, maybe
and some lovely lady is walking down
maybe
the aisle.
we're in the metaverse. Who knows?
Who knows? Maybe Oh God, I hope not.
You may now.
You may now touch her headset.
Yeah.
Ugh. Anyway, look. When some lovely lady walks down the aisle.
This is really intimate.
This is really intimate. When some lovely lady walks down the aisle. And she marries you.
And she marries
I'm gonna stand up and say,
Jacob doesn't pick favorites. Jacob doesn't want to marry you. There are billions of people he would have married anyway. You're not special.
ruin her special day.
Well, that's okay. Well, that's a really good point.
It's a very good point.
That's a very good
You
point.
can't choose to marry one person and say that you couldn't choose.
But isn't it partially kind of...
So 1
You
in 8
don't-
billion?
You
Fine.
have to be
1 in
content. You
human
just have to be content with your choice.
Right.
I don't want to... That sounds too objective.
So if you get married, find a woman who you think, oh, she's better.
No. Well, no, then that's not being content, is it?
It's one night. How'll she know?
That's part... You put me in dangerous situations, Mr.
I know.
you,
You're getting punched when you get home.
You walk the line. No, that would not be content. Being content. That's what loyalty is.
That's
you
what
say
loyalty is.
you have say I love my wife, I love my husband, whoever.
Then pick anyone.
Then pick anyone. But I haven't met them. It's ridiculous. I would. No, I'm going to the
You
interview
could have
section.
you could have
I'm
been
going
like,
to the interview. I'm moving on to interview. It's too late. Okay.
you couldn't even pick someone stereo.
I would interview. You're gonna.
Go on. Who would you interview?
Okay. I think I'd interview. Bertrand Russell.
Who?
Bertrand Russell.
Don't know who that. Okay, say his name again. Now I know who he is.
British polymath and philosopher. So philosopher, mathematician,
Polyamorous.
polymath.
Polymath.
That is, he did many things with his time.
You could have just said he did many things.
He did many things. Sorry.
Okay. Who is he? What did he do? What's his story?
So he did a lot in his life. He started out a mathematician at Cambridge, and he effectively sought out
So
to
like
prove...
Stephen Fry.
Sure.
Like Hugh Laurie, the guy who performs House.
Like Hugh
Like
Laurie,
House MD.
House MD. Yeah. But then he went out to prove all of maths. So I'm not sure if...
What?
He went out to prove 1 + 1 = 2.
I got this. No, I'll put...
Here we go.
Ready? Can you hold my microphone to me?
Of course.
So, that's one line. That's another line. Now let's count the lines. That's 2 lines. Yeah.
Look,
that's one line.
I wouldn't interview him about the 1 + 1 = 2 thing. I think it was also a bit lame. Because then he was proven that it couldn't be done.
What?
It was proven that it could not be done. This is maybe a topic. This is maybe a topic
What do you mean
we
you
touch on
can't
later.
do 1 + 1?
It's okay.
No,
it's okay.
no.
It's okay.
There's a point where you guys,
It's okay.
you left-brainers, you lefties, there's a point where you blue. Oh my goodness, I've done left as blue and right as red, eh? Oh, that's a mistake. Anyway, we'll keep it.
Left is... Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Whatever. Look, there's a point where you lefties get 2 in your head and you start thinking, oh, 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2. What are you going to tell me, that 2 + 2 = 5, you 1984 motherfricker?
Look, he did some stuff. Some of it was successful. Some of it wasn't. He was a big... he campaigned against war. He was actually put in prison earlier on in his life because of his campaign, but he was released and he kept fighting, and I think that's extremely...
Didn't learn his lesson.
Extremely... well, no, he wasn't put in... Luckily, he was not put imprisoned again. Yeah, it was an incredibly interesting figure. One of my favourite quotes from him is, I think, simply the one that has persisted most profoundly over the decades.
Do
since
or
his
do
passing.
not, there is no try.
It is not do or do not, there is no try. Love is wise, hatred is foolish.
Damn. Expound. Elaborate.
I think it's very simple. Well,
Yeah, but I still want to hear your opinion.
well, to show love, to show compassion, to be empathetic and be be kind in a way which you mean to genuinely help the endeavors of other individuals in your life is wisdom, right? You by helping them, you'll of course in turn help yourself far more than you might think so.
I'm glad you made that distinction because why I was like interested there was like, is it love full stop? Because there's different forms of love.
No.
Because
Yes,
like you've
correct.
got love for
There
a
is.
thing, love for a person, love for a god, love sexually, love platonically. You know, like there's many forms of love. And just to say love full stop, and I'm not being cynical.
No.
I'm just thinking like, I'm thinking like you, a lefty.
We're not picking up this terminology.
Okay, we're not.
It's so risky.
No, I'm thinking like, is it worthwhile to say that like a little bit of hatred, is just a bit of a good thing?
No, it's not. Hatred is only foolish because hatred is blinded by itself. Cool. It blinds logic. It blinds all wisdom. It blinds judgment. It is never rational.
So it's not righteous to hate something unrighteous.
Say that once more time. One more time. Say that.
So it is unrighteous to hate the unrighteous.
Correct.
Cool, I agree.
Yes. Just that simple. That's my favorite quote from him. We're going very slowly through this. Box is the next one.
Box, yeah.
Anyway, boxing. Who would I fight? Who would I get in the ring with?
Didn't we start this with like a whole Tyler Durden thing? If you could fight anyone in the history, who'd you fight? I think he said Gandhi? No, he said Hemingway.
Hemingway. Right.
Tyler Durden would fight Hemingway.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's crazy. I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't know who I'd fight. Okay.
I won't have an answer now.
Could I be killed?
Yeah, you're in a fight.
Yeah. Okay. So no, like we are like literally.
Yeah, if you go up against like Andre the Giant, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, like I could die.
If you fight
or like
Hagrid.
have serious. Hagrid. We go with real human beings. Here.
Okay, Goliath.
Goliath. Oh, would I fight Jesus?
I wouldn't
Is
fight.
that sacrilegious?
I would no. Well, to be fair, you're according to the Bible, you're fighting him daily.
Ah.
We're all
Well,
sinners.
why don't I fight him physically? I think I'd fight Jesus.
Well, seeing that the
I actually would fight Jesus.
seeing that the ninth layer of hell is reserved for Christ's betrayer, I feel like going up to God. and
Sounds
just being,
like the VIP club.
Hey! Jesus puts his hand. It's like,
Well,
no!
I'm
I wasn't-"
assuming he's consenting to this fight as well.
So, what, you're going to bow before it?
Oh yeah, always respectful. But yeah, like, I'll try and get.
To be fair, God can see the
and
heart.
I would appreciate that he does not.
Just smite you.
Well, yeah, he doesn't use his supernatural powers and just start floating or something. Like
So he has to be
like
in the...
he's
You got to remember, he's a carpenter. Jesus is a carpenter. He's not a weak guy.
I know.
Bro
I
carries
probably-
wood.
Hey, look at me. I would lose against
Flex.
90%
Get up
of
and
people.
flex.
I'm not doing that.
Get up and flex.
No, definitely not.
Okay, NASA shirt. Look.
Definitely not.
I feel like Jesus...
I'm not there to win.
I
I'm there
think
to
that
have
Jesus Christ
I'm
is
there
an
to say I did
unwise
it.
answer.
unwise answer.
I think it's unwise.
I that's not outside the realm of possibility. Why is that? Well, who would you box from all of history? This is a crazy question.
The question is, do I go to their time period or do they come to mine?
Ooh. I think they come to yours.
They come to mine. Okay. You.
You box me.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah. No, it is a hard question, I don't
Yeah.
deny. Because,
Yeah.
like, you're not just thinking...
Like, would you box? Like, would you try and beat the shit out of Hitler, or would you do something a bit more,
yeah, but
maybe like profound? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, everyone.
Hitler is on the kill list.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
if,
I'm saying, like-
what if every one of these, like, marry, smash, interview, box, kill? What if you just answered Hitler for all of them?
That would be really strange.
Like, you married, smashed him,
Just to say you did it all.
then interviewed him, and then you're like, now fuck you, it's a fight, and then we kill him.
No, I can't descend to this level. This is no.
No. Fair enough. Okay.
This is where this separation is.
That's what this line is.
This is what this line is.
This is-
this is the
This
time
is
where
won't smash Hitler.
won't smash it, and this side will Potentially smash Hitler if it's
No, if I get to box him,
Oh no, sorry. If you get to box,
and straight after too, he doesn't get to put his clothes back on. Do you think?
That's crazy.
No. Okay.
This is a crazy scenario. I'm not sure how we. How do we resolve this conflict? How do we resolve this scenario?
You know who I'd want to box.
Okay, go on.
You know, I'd want to box. All history, like, who do I give a shit about? You know, I don't have a specific one, but I want to box a pharaoh.
Oh.
Because you know what? My girlfriend, Maddie, right, loves ancient Egypt. She
Does
loves
love-
all that ancient stuff.
All that. Just...
I think the pharaohs are up themselves.
that actually is kind of the point.
No, they're all
divine.
like, but they
was a
just
claim.
like call themselves God. Says who? And then they're like, hey, my 1,000 slaves work on a big triangle for no reason.
It's a pyramid.
Lefty. I think pharaohs are up themselves. Give me a pharaoh in his prime. I'll box him
In his prime.
in his prime. No slaves, no like armor, nothing.
No,
Just,
you're not like barreling against his legion. No, you're-
they drop a pyramid on me. And the nose of the Sphinx falls off on top of me.
that would be a bit
That would be a bit of a shame.
a bit unfair.
No, I'm not. All I'd have to do is pick up a cat and be like, "Yeah, what are you gonna do now?" They'd be like, "Oh no, I'm Egyptian. Woo!
They would
I'm
definitely.
an ancient Egyptian. Sorry.
I'm an ancient Egyptian.
No, please, I'm the pharaoh. Like, no, I think the pharaohs are up themselves, and I think I would box a pharaoh.
You would box a pharaoh.
box a pharaoh,
Okay, fair enough. Is that out of hatred or is that out of?
and they'd say, "Let my people go." Religious illusion.
Yeah, really. Someone with a crown.
You didn't? Did you get that one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
of
You just
course.
didn't find it funny.
Yeah, I know. I just didn't find
You
it. funny.
didn't.
Correct.
Let my people.
Okay. What was the next one on your list? What was the next action?
I think you'll
the
know.
next task.
I think you know.
Smash.
Smash.
No, this is the line. Precisely where we're smashing historical figures and we're not smashing historical figures.
Smash a pharaoh.
You'd smash Cleopatra. Or maybe not even. Hey, no judgment, of course.
Would I with
Maybe Ramesses.
Cleopatra? Ramesses and the second one too. At the same time.
Let's not get a bit. Let's not overindulge ourselves, Mr. Maroney.
Look. Cleopatra. See, I don't even know what she looks like. What does Cleopatra look like?
I'm not sure if we have any good historical. Maybe we do. I'm not sure.
Where's my phone? I want to know what Cleopatra looks like, so I know whether or not I would time travel back in time.
We're
Let's
currently
find
getting
out.
an image
Let's find
of
out.
Cleopatra. No, stay on your side.
Okay.
This-
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Cleopatra.
Come back. Come on. I don't think any of these images are accurate. I don't think any of these are even worth showing the viewers right now. That's just I don't think that's
Is
even.
that her boob? It's just
I
like
imagine that's her
there's
breast.
for though I don't. I assume not everyone will just be watching the image. There is a rock that just points out. There's one singular rock in the carving that just points out. This is a carving.
I don't know what to say.
Okay, are they coming to my time or am I going to theirs?
So they come to your time.
They're coming to my time.
Yeah, and you can choose a venue. I reckon.
Oh, then screw that. Why would I bother? I'd only do it if I'm actually in ancient Egypt.
Really?
Yeah, what's
you just
the
want
point
to be in
today?
ancient Egypt.
Yes! You don't want to go to ancient Egypt?
Well, I reckon it'd be cool. I think it'd be kind of
Hot?
hot, but just I don't know. Actually, I can't even describe what would it be like to go back to those ancient civilizations.
That's a question within itself.
That is, and maybe
They wouldn't speak.
we'll
like
reserve that later. We'll write that one down.
that. So if not Cleopatra, who?
I don't know many other pharaohs.
Oh, I wasn't necessarily sticking to the pharaohs.
Oh, you're not sticking to the pharaohs. Okay. So you talk about any other empire? The Romans, the Babylonians, the Hellenic, the Greeks, I should say.
See, I don't know any individuals from those times, really. And that's the issue, is like, They're all bloody patriarchies. So, like, damn it.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Queens, English queens, or kings again.
Yeah, I don't want to get decapitated. That's the
Yeah,
French thing, isn't it?
Oh no, that it was an all-round thing.
Yeah.
They liked decapitation.
They did.
Napoleon. Yeah.
There's a head joke in the decapitation thing. I just couldn't think of it in time.
Nasty. Basic form of humor.
Okay.
You're laughing at an imaginary joke right now.
Okay, let's.
You're just laughing at the potential of a joke.
There's a non-zero chance I was funny. There is a non-zero chance.
It could have been an alternate universe, but funny.
There is many universes where everything I've ever said was funny.
What's the last one after Smash?
Kill.
Now, it's funny because if you
Who
go to their
will I
time,
kill?
you kill them in their time, or you just bring them to today and just kill them now, like just to screw with them. Like, hey guys, it's Osama bin Laden.
Yeah, maybe.
He's dead now.
He's dead now.
He's dead now.
He's dead now.
He's dead again.
He's dead again. Who would you kill?
But also, you could kill someone who's alive today.
You could.
Who would you murder? Oh,
Alive today.
who would you murder, Jacob
Who would I
Ramirez?
kill?
Who would you kill?
Well, it can't be someone in a public office because I mean we're recording.
Because you're a
ourselves.
dirty lefty.
we can't record ourselves planning a felon.
It's illegal to say I would kill the president of the United States.
It is probably. Well, we're not in.
I
we're
would-
not in America. We're not in America, so we can say that stuff.
I would.
You think it's funny now? This is not making it.
This is not.
This is we're not we're not featuring that. No, we're straight up not featuring that one.
It'll just be a censor. It'll just. I want to.
This episode was made in memory of Nicholas Maroney after he shot himself in the back of the head.
Wait till
5
there'd
times.
just be like a little dot on my forehead. Like a little
yeah,
white
like a
dot.
big green arrow later.
Okay, let's go back from the question.
Yeah.
You could kill anyone. Who would you kill?
Alive today, of course. Yes. Yeah. Jeez. Are they even?
You know what
worthy
I would do?
contenders? Go on.
I would find out who is about to die. Who is about to die. And they're just about to give their final words. And just as they're about to let them out.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be really something like, I would save them from the suffering. No, just as they're about to say their final word, bam.
Well, it's not like I'm like, if they're going to die, I'm not going to feel as bad as if I'm just like, oh, I was ace in handball and then you got me out. Boom. Like the thing about murder, it's pretty cruel. I know that's a brilliant sentence.
Whoa.
Murder sucks.
Hot take right here. Murder
sucks.
Murder is not moral.
So I don't feel comfortable saying, unironically, I'd be okay with killing anyone. Like, I don't feel like...
I'm
you know,
glad that you said
hatred is unwise.
it is.
It's unwise. However, I also like to think, you know... Oh. Maybe this is a bad question.
Yeah. I think it's...
Let's go back to marry. If you could marry anyone.
Let's go back to marry. If I could marry anyone. That's a hell of a question to say.
It is.
Maybe I go your approach and find out who's about to die, marry them, and then voila, inheritance. Voila.
Oh, I'm trying to think. Like, is there any woman I absolutely admire in like a historical context?
No, you cannot say you'd marry them. I don't care how well you know them from history. You could not ever say that you would marry this individual.
Yeah, but we're like 18-year-old boys, okay? Like okay.
Like okay.
Like okay.
Like okay. Consider, please.
I'm
Go
thinking
back,
real hard.
Go back
on
to
this.
all history. Let's go back to even before agriculture. Right back. Go back to grug.
Grog.
Back to
The
Grog.
caveman.
Back to Grog.
No, I'm
the
an
caveman.
Adam fan.
Adam. So this is the dichotomy we'll talk about some other time, I think.
Yeah. I'm an Adam and Eve type guy.
Adam.
Could That's who I'd box. Adam. I would box
Whoa.
Adam.
Adam.
And
What's
Eve,
the-
I want
the
Eve to
first
be
man
judging.
from the Bible.
I want Eve
Eve.
to have like a little flags, like a karate match.
Would you marry Eve just in spite of Adam?
Box Adam, kill Adam, take his place, marry Eve,
Marry Eve.
and then what I do,
And then interview God.
and then when we have our 2 children, me and Eve, because we're gonna smash. When me and Eve have our children, I'm gonna actually change their names around, so it won't be Cain and Abel, it'll be Abel and Cain.
Oh,
So then Abel kills Cain, not Cain kills Abel.
shit.
And there's just gonna be a butterfly effect so that just changes everything.
Yeah. Like every
Everything.
time Cain and Abel are together, it'll just be swapped.
Yeah. There'll be at least one game theory video that'll be different as a result.
That
At least.
at least one.
At least.
Just slightly different.
Slightly. Possibly different. Because then maybe it's not Noah who has an arc. Maybe it's like Noes.
No, where's?
Is there a female version of Noah?
I don't know. No.
Niece. No, that's
You're
stretching.
yeah. That's
Stretch.
really stretching it.
So what I've noticed from this is your topic is like we can get some good thought out of yours, and mine's just like Cleopatra's fit.
Oh God. Yes. You know, I feel like we're not using our brain on this side.
That's not nice. I think
We're thinking of with other parts of our body.
art is so important, especially when it comes into Cleopatra.
Yeah, but, I mean, I'd love to say that was really insightful.
Okay.
It was insightful into yourself.
Look, I didn't mind the interview one. I didn't mind him. I think
the interview was interesting.
it's just that you ran away from the Marion
No, I
smash.
think it would have been more interesting if you gave me 5 people
Okay.
and then I had to order them.
Okay, fine. Fine.
Now try and think. I want you to choose throughout history, kind of.
Okay.
Like, you know, as early as you can think, maybe.
Yeah, but like anytime you say,
Yeah,
"Oh, think of a
Renaissance,
historical figure,"
modern-
everyone goes either Jesus or Hitler because it's like they're the polar opposites, right? They're like, you've
That's
got
true. They're kind of archetypal.
they're your archetypal like they're the guy on Facebook who's like arm wrestling Jesus. Like it's like,
Love it. Yeah, of course.
it's like, and that's the thing, right? Like I don't like archetype. I'm interested to know, out of all the weird recesses of the mind of Jacob, who comes to mind?
And I can't say anyone does.
Wacky. It's
Isn't
upsetting.
it?
It's really
upsetting.
upsetting. It's really
Genuinely
upsetting. Genuinely upsetting.
You're very upset.
I'm-
And it's okay. It's okay.
Completely tragically upset.
Oh well. Is there any extension to this question at all?
To be fair, I really would want to just say the question.
You really just want to say? Well, we've been talking about it for about 25 minutes. To be fair,
Shall we wrap this up?
might as well.
Sweet. So, what did we learn from each other's discussion? What did you learn from... Should I start with what I learned from your discussion?
You go ahead.
Yeah.
It was a while ago. Just
What I really... I mean, look. We did go back and forth. So now I'm getting confused. Was it the math guy who said the whole love thing?
yeah,
Yeah, okay.
the math guy.
It was the math guy.
Oh, Bertrand
The
Russell.
polyamorous math guy.
We were talking about being faced.
Yeah. From our discussion with the left brain, from your topic, how was your right brain engaged? Where did you learn?
I really learnt, I think, about. I mean, your own perspective was very interesting. How people are going to engage with each other with art itself.
Yes.
How that's going to evolve online. I'm sure we'll talk about art much more. It's
100%.
I mean, it's definitive of the right brain.
It's
Yeah.
50%.
Yes. So it would be extremely interesting. And honestly, I learnt some optimism today.
Yeah?
I took away some optimism
That's good.
that I didn't have before.
I like optimism. Optimism. It's the transformer.
We're all going to hell. All right. How about yourself? What are the moments of insight for you?
Whilst my questions wasn't the most insightful.
We didn't lead to the most profound places. That's
I
okay.
will say, at the very least, it made me actually stop and think about, the magnitude of humanity. Like, your initial thing of saying there's too many people to think of when you say, like, marry anyone. Like, that's...
There's, like, tens of billions or something. It's crazy.
It's not even just that there's that many people. It's like, you can't comprehend how many people there are. Let alone, you can't comprehend how many people there could be.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just that there's unique people, have been, will be. It's like, could be.
Yeah.
And there are people who won't be. That's fascinating to me.
Yeah. I think I read somewhere, so I'm not sure how many people have ever lived. I mean, no one is, but there's estimates. But as a proportion of all people who have ever lived, the people who are alive now make up a sizable chunk. It's like 30-40%, I'm not sure. It's really quite...
that makes sense.
Like, so to think
Population's
about
growing
all of that humanity has ever achieved, that we're currently living with the newest 30%, who within their lifetime, within an extra lifetime, would achieve as much as, half of everyone who has passed. With, of course, the technology of the modern day, that's extraordinarily optimistic if you really think about it.
Yeah. Yeah. So optimism. Optimism
is
today's topic.
today's
theme.
Yeah.
Wrapping up. Shall we finish it with a nice I'll see you in the next one?
We'll do it.
Sweet. Thank you for listening, our fellow listeners. We hope that you got to engage your left and right brain. I'm not even looking at the camera. Thank you, listeners and viewers. I hope that you got to engage your left and right brain in today's episode. And I'll see you
In the next one.